think we got some sound. Let's see if I can hear myself. This is on mute. Can I hear? Hello, hello. Press play. There we go. I can hear myself. Don't want to hear myself. Something else is playing on the screen now. What's going on? Here we go. How about now? I think sound's coming through. Yeah, so I have no clue what's going on, but hopefully things will start working. So hopefully you can hear me now and see me and things are working. My microphone's being a little weird. I think the cable's on the way out. So if you can hear any noise, I do apologize. I'll have to get the cable replaced. I think the cable's just cheap and falling apart. So I can add it to the graveyard bag of cables that I would like to solder and fix one day, but never will. Yeah, I need to make a beat. I'm not really sure what to do. I think I might just make some chill, something like some lo-fi or some easy listening stuff, because that's the vibe I'm in right now. If I press this magical button here, will that bring us to an FL screen? Yes, it will. Now let's see if I can see it on my screen. I've got so many things open. I've not prepared. So I'm just going to whack a template open. How shall I start? Might start with the drums this time around. But what I'm going to do is just sample a nice little rhythm. So I'm going to open up my old friend Splice. It might appear on screen, it might not. Hasn't appeared on this screen. No, does not want to play ball. Doing something. I usually have this stuff open before I get going. Alright, let's close and go again. If not, then we'll move on. We'll start from another idea. I just want to see if I can get a nice little happy drum beat. Lately, with some odd little beat ideas, I've just my friend's been sending me some ideas and sorry, I just got distracted. I think it just said someone liked my stream. I think it was Oliver. Hope you're having a lovely evening, Oliver. Nice to meet you. Lately my friend's been sending me stuff like, oh, try and sample this, see what you can do. Some cool little Spanish song. I think it was called One Night a Month. Was that Una Noches por Mes? But it's a shame I can't actually do anything like that on these streams. Splice is just not having it. Let's see if I can get Task Manager involved and tattle on it. But yeah, it's a shame really, because they have a thing, don't they, about copyrighted music and stuff, but I'm not monetized. And I don't understand it really, if I'm honest. I don't understand how I can't mess around and chop up a sample. I'm not selling it. If I was to chop up, a song and make another song out of it, I'm not sure how that's a problem, but me streaming a video game doesn't infringe any copyright IPs there. Yeah, Splice is doing something, but it just won't open up. Can I try and get around it? Nope, can't get a window. Okay, no worries, we'll persevere. There is probably something in these kits I've got sitting on the side of here we could actually play with. We've got some loops under this one. Grooves. Not that. Oh, this is escapism, right? I might play with that. Bring it down to about 80. You can stop playing now. Okay, let's make our own. Set the old slicer. Go. What's that giving us? I'm in the wrong octave. There's something. I can make something a little basic out of that. And then we'll whack our own samples on top. So we'll just try and get something quick going. Piano roll, por favor. Right. So from C3. Okay, so third a quarter. Cool. I want a single. There we go. Quite happy with that. Let's not reinvent the wheel here. That feels late. Oh, I'm moving the wrong ones. Bring them back. What if I bring this a little bit forward? Nah, it's way too early now. What if I bring it late? I think that kind of works. It's a little bit rough in certain areas. Let's just put a loop on that. That especially. I don't like the fact that when you overlap, it does that. That sounds a little better. Maybe that just needs the same bit of loving. Let's bring it over there. Over there. Or not. I tell you, this machine wants to do all just mess around. I'm not sure what it's doing, but it's not doing it. Why can't I get it to play from here? What's going on with you? Well, this is a new bug. I think slightly earlier. I cannot get that. I don't know if I care. That will do. So that gives me something to bounce off. Let's see if I can make some space. Or make a mess, either way. We'll just play soft piano. Here's me pretending I can play a piano now. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm better off just trying to figure this out and then making chords from it. Let's just go with the bass line. I'm so dead. Somewhere in those notes there's 4 I want to use. Let's just get that down. Well, no, from the top though. Right. FL's not wanting to be my friend tonight. Yeah, really doesn't want to play ball. Doesn't want to record. What is going on, FL? We got guests. Don't embarrass.
3, 4. I hit the wrong one.
If we just leave it on that. Doodly-doo. Grab it because it's on the wrong pattern. I forgot to select my pattern. I like having everything on their own separate. Just makes it easier to process in my head. So that needs to be C sharp. Don't know why I'm smacking. Was it F on there? F sharp maybe. E, D, C sharp. Yeah, let's play with that. Can't pull myself back. Good God. Alright, so first things first. Add the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take it down an octave, invert it. And then same again, grab these. And then we're going to make a bit of a mess. What we got going on here? We got a C sharp, G sharp, so that should be E. Then we got B, D, F. But that's diminished, is it? Try and make something out of that. Take a copy of that as well. Whack that down an octave. Don't think we need that. Let that ring out. Bam, 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 bam. Sometimes you add a note on here and you can hear it as you play it. Pardon me. Sometimes you just can't. I think FL's having a moment tonight. Yeah, it's snapping like a weird thing. Wait, just... That never used to limit my snapping before. Very obscure what's going on tonight. I have no idea. I could restart, I guess. But... So it needs A in there. Where's that grey up? If we take that up. I think that kind of works. I don't have theory behind it, but I can't even see what that is right now. I'm so blind. Yeah, it's a B. So the B's, I don't even know. Who knows? We got something. We'll play with something. Right, I don't know if there's a good way of doing this, but the quickest way I know is that if I want to add some pitch correction, some pitch bend. If I just bend that on my keyboard, and then we go to last tweaked create automation clip, that brings up this little channel pitch here. If I double click on that, I can edit this to add you know, you can do all sorts. So and what it would normally do is affect the channel pitch, but as you can see, it's doing nothing. Does Labs not like... Alright, so modulation works, but pitch bend doesn't. Learning something new all the time. Not a prob. I'll try and show you with a different instrument. I think I want to try some other instruments anyway. Old favourite, haven't used for a while. Definitely not that though. Alright, that's just ruined my flow. Do I have any nice little lo-fi vibes on here? I need to learn how to organise these. What's this? Ooh. No, thanks. No. Right, we'll let these just do their thing while I find something better. Much better. Channel pitch. See, you can tell the difference there. I don't know why it's not noticeable otherwise. But anyway, I tried to make a little preset just to see if I could. Because I didn't know you could do presets around here. But also just to, it's very minute, just drifting in and out of the... I don't know which way this is taking me. I'm just going with what I can find quick. And what I'm wondering if I can do here is just add a bit crusher to the drums. What's DWSP? Downsample. It's giving it a bit of kick, that's for sure. But I'm going to then curb that. Try that. There we go. I can layer something on top of that because I don't want drums being too bright, too present, and you know, in your face when we're doing something chill. I'm gonna make something that wants to put you to sleep. I'd rather the music do that than my lack of personality, you know. So. It already sounds quite rich. I don't want to add much to this sound really, but that's not going to stop me. It wouldn't be something I'm doing if I didn't whack a little bit of vintage chorus on there. Wasn't what I was after. I was after the phaser. I just want it to move a little bit. Bring back the drums. Was it a bad idea having that boost in the mid? What if we add it in a bit in the high, or the high of mid? There we go. And then I'm just going to push it back a little bit. Let's make that spacier. And a little bit of increased on the decay tail. And bring it back slightly forward. I don't know where to go, what to add next. I've got no goddamn sense, 'cause I've ate my body weight in everything I had on my plate. Let's keep that drift going. See if there's anything I have in here which might work. Let's bring that. Not that. Are we in D? Definitely not that sound, but dreaming of a harp. You think if you're dreaming of a harp, it'd sound like a harp. Don't need an electric piano right now. Normally I just throw a bass line in by now, because it's normally an easy thing to do, but I'm trying to come to the bass last, because usually what I would do is I put a nice set of chords down or a nice melody, and immediately my brain's giving me a bass line. But the problem is I'm trying to challenge myself to do some more minimal bass lines rather than just getting too into it with a bass line and taking up all the space. Because if the bass has a lot of movement going on, then that's limited movement other instruments at that time can do. Right now we've just got chords, so it's quite transient. I think transient's the right word. Sustained. Transient's the opposite. So it's sustained. It's just boo, you know, do, do, do. So we've pretty much got a lot of space on movement still. I'm just seeing if there's anything. Probably not that. I don't think this is in tune. Definitely not. If you make presets for synths, please just tune the C to a C. You might come back to the butterfly effect. That's quite nice. Something like that's nice, but not that. Something just... I wish I was a piano player. Wah bass. Wah breath. Should I just throw something like that down? There we go. Oh, I've already forgotten it. That sounded good. Where did that record to? Did it record to anywhere? Yeah, it recorded somewhere. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. Hey, I just pasted you out of there and you've gone back into the serum pattern. If we don't have order, we'll have chaos. I need to sort this. Wee bit early. Soften that up a little bit. Do-do-do. So this sound here, quite a nice round sound, pushed towards the back a little bit, but if we open up this ozone imager here, you'll see it's mid, now and then wide, but mostly a mid width, but it's sharing the same frequencies of this thing. So you don't want the two to fight. Even though this is currently in front, they still feel like they're tangling into each other. And if I pull the image, yeah, see, they have the similar width. This one's slightly wider, but the same width. So if I bring that in, they're already starting to differentiate, discern themselves from each other. And then what I'm going to do is possibly ruin it. Everything I do on it is just a gamble and a experiment, really. So this will push it rhythmically from one side to another. I think that should do it. So now they're not fighting with each other. But this one still doesn't sit right. A few reasons for it, really. Eventually, I'm going to have to start just making reverb channels and bussing. High cut. So that cuts everything after, let's say, 15. That's pushed it back quite a bit. But it's made the whole listening experience wider. The sound sounds bigger. And we've only got a nice smooth little key playing, this slow attack, a little synth, and a soft drum beat right now. I had it the first time round. Can't remember the little trill I did there though. Let's do something like that. Whilst I'm here, let's just click on that and hope for the best. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that's gave us something. Knowing me, I've played it a little bit too early, so let's just check. On the face of it, that's looking like some of the most accurate work I've done. No, early. And late. I kind of want to play with the pitch bend a little bit. It's not doing anything, but doesn't mean I don't still want to play. But anyway, just add a little bit more of the human touch kind of it. Actually, it's quite nice as a soft. I don't know what I'm doing here, by the way. Alright. Where's the... oh, I'm on the wrong one. There's a drum sample. I'm just going to bring that into the bus. I've got a drum bus here. And then I'm going to take that drum bus and sidechain it over to the keybase. And you'll hear why if I just open these on. I mean, I don't think the bass will affect too much. And I normally only do... Actually... We won't worry about it now. We'll attach it in a little bit, actually. Because I just thought, I want to take the kick, and every time the kick hits, just side chain the bass a little bit, just to make sure they're not fighting. But currently, the kick and the snare are on the same channel. I need to split the two up. So what I can do is layer another kick on top, on its own channel, and then I can use that for side chaining. Take this pattern, I think. Grab that. Do I have something else? I've got this BA synth. I might just get rid of it because it's going to sound grim right now. Not as grim as I thought, but I didn't know it was going to take us on an 80s synthwave journey. I don't know, man. This synth is pretty cool, and I have not spent enough time with it. It's like, from what I've seen on YouTube and people use of it, you can make some pretty decent sounds out of it. Every time I try, I've not been too successful. But then I always find great ideas for stuff I don't want. Let's make that bigger so I can read it. Pegboard, Venus. Okay. Can we not just search? Can you not just split them by the categories rather than the sound packs? What have we got into pads? sound like the presets are made on Logic back in the day. Just get that on a loop before it stops. It's a nice sound, but it just doesn't fit with what we got going on right here. I might actually move on to another synth like I was thinking in the first place. Because this stuff is not going to cut the mustard for what I'm after. And I don't fully know what I'm after. But I know what I don't need. What's that going to... This is going to start to sound like if Super Nintendo did lo-fi. Ooh, that is rough. And then just... I've not gave anything any delays. And I can see why. Because it is a nightmare on this kind of stuff. So let's turn that right off and forget we ever tried. And back to the mix. I want to give it a bit more motion though. How about a Leslie spinner? I can never tell if it's doing anything on slow mode. But if I'm fast, I can always tell. Ooh. Let's go with that, shall we? Even now I'm worried I've put too much in this bass. A bit of saturation maybe. It's hard to kind of bring out the roughness of this. I'm going to try Splice again just to see if that wants to wake up. I could do with a nice little hi-hat kind of idea. And I don't really want to subject you to me just going for 45 minutes looking for a hi-hat. I'm pretty sure I've used that loop somewhere else before, which isn't a prop, but it's just made me think of another beat I worked on. What we got here? Ah, I didn't even know I owned those. Right, drum, hat. Alright, let's load those up. Don't really like the sound of that. What if we say that? Go for that. Take that one out. Open this boy up. Now, this is... I am definitely not from the generation that is all 808s and triplet hits. So I never know what I'm doing here. But it's always like a nice easy one to... Well, if you do it right. Which I am not. Let's get it down to that. I don't even feel like that's on the grid. Okay, now we got stuff. What's happened there? How do I do this? Ah, so it's over here somewhere. I'll go in fours. I'm quite suspicious. Let's draw those back in. I feel like they were different to that, not just on... Where'd you come from? Kind of like this, but I don't want to overdo it. Set that to bar and see if I can get just a very... That's good, right. Very lazy repetition, but I don't want that one on the second turnaround. I like that kick is slightly off, but now I've pushed the hi-hats out. The anchor point of the drums now is a snare. The snare is on the grid. But everything else around it slightly, you know, almost a drunken feeling. You can play from the top, baby. No, stop moving things. Just play. Where am I putting this drum samples in, by the way? There, maybe? Yeah, so if I just put those in. You can tell these are going to be out of time. This isn't the kick drum I want, by the way. It's just... It's not the one I wanted, but it's the one I ended up with. Nah, I'll change it shortly. Let's change that back to something a bit more palatable. Half step. There we go. That's better. I wish it could. What if I put it an octave higher? No, I'm just trying to see if I can discern it from the sample. I need it to line up with the sample. It's the only problem when I'm working with MIDI instruments. I'm just trying to, you know, where it's, if I've got at least one audio up, I can just start playing with the wavelength in the screen here. How's it going, Crooked? Hope you're doing well, my man. Cheers for the kind words. Yeah, that's definitely interfering. And it's literally just these two right here. Let's just change what we can do for a second. This is going to sound absolutely terrible. I'm just going to try. I need something a bit more tonal if possible. Maybe that wooden snare. I'm just going to change the kick a second, just so it's differentiating from the loop sample. It's slightly early. Cool. I think that's in line now. So now we can go shopping for a kick. And I always actually kind of struggle with this stuff when it comes to lo-fi. Because I like boom bap, you just throw a big ass kick drum down, you know. You want to try and get something that's hypes people up. With lo-fi, it's kind of like that, but then you castrate it, you know. It's kind of contained. So that might work. But see, like it's kind of EQ'd out. I like it though. I might just add a little bit of knock to it. And this is where I go overboard and start making drums a bit too much for like a soft beat. It's hard to not want a kick drum that doesn't, you know, you feel it in the back of your neck kind of thing. I remember seeing like every couple of months I have like an obsession run where I listen to like a lot of Neptunes and look at watch a lot of old bits with Chad Hugo, like little interviews and clips with Chad Hugo or Pharrell. And Chad's saying when he makes his drums, he always wants the kick to like, I think it's like hit you in the back of the head. But then like the snare, the clap back, kind of, I don't know, like hits you from the front or something. I can't exactly remember how he said it, but I understood it at the time. And I kind of try and do that. Don't always succeed, but that's what I try and go for. It's kind of like something you feel the thump hit you, but then you hit the response in the snare kind of slaps you in the opposite direction. He might have said something totally opposite, and I'm talking absolute tripe right now. I'm going to use Old Reliable and whack a saturation on it, just see if I can bring out something around here. And bring that back a little bit. And bring that down. I haven't put a snare in yet, have I? Where's the other snare? So we got... He's playing off different, 8 and 9. Okay, well, I'm going to take that and put it on 8. Ah, they won't play ball, right. I'm going to sign from instrument track, that'll bring it back. I'm going to put both hi-hats onto one channel. Just make life a little bit easier. I don't actually know what to do here, but I kind of want to dampen them. Well, that's helped already. And then I'm going to experiment. Not like that though. What's that set to? Quarters. Try half. You know what? 16 sounds cool, but I'm not going to use it yet. I'm going to switch it off. Because I think that's going to be something that could probably modulate in later. Try crush again. Much better. Still can't help but think I've done too much with the bass. I think that's a bit more balanced. I kind of wish the melody I made wasn't so grid based, but every time I put anything down, I'm always trying to think, well, it could have been better. If I keep on that line of thinking, I'll never put anything down, you know, so. So we're going to move that this side. There's still a bit too much going on in that for my liking. Is it low end I don't want? I want it a lot thinner than it is. I don't know if I've made that better or worse. Pardon me. I kind of want to keep... That's the... Probably what's going to start the track. That's going to be like more the focal point. Just these peaceful little chords. I don't know what I'll do with this. It feels like... It's so close to where I want to be, but it's still a little bit out of the bounds it should be in. Let's try some other stuff, shall we? I think that's a little less harsh. Bear me a sec, I'm just going to grab a guitar. Oh, that didn't sound good. Maybe there's a guitar behind it. Haven't even checked if this is plugged in down there. Let's get those headphones back on as well, so I can hear what's going on. Hey. Alright, we got a guitar. Next steps. It looks to be plugged in. Is it in tune? Barely. I think we got some sound coming through. Let's find out. I think that's coming through. Let's get that on a... Get a track armed. Yeah, okay. So now to try and figure out what to do. I've literally just set this to DCB. Oh, C sharp. So we've got a D and then a C, should be a diminished. And a B natural minor, so. I don't think 7s are the way to go, which is a shame. I don't even think I need a better plectrum than that. That is absolutely one to a nub. Just some simple little palm muted noodle, and I think might work. Just something to add. I'm not trying to add too much here. I'm just trying to collect as many ideas that vibe together, and then when it comes to splitting out the loop and arranging, and, you know, we've got more tools to play with. That's all I'm trying to get with this. So we're set to song. Just going to highlight that track. I've already forgotten what to do. Yeah, I've literally forgotten. Don't know if that did anything, and it's not starting from the top, is it? I'm going to have words of FL like an angry parent when this stream's over and you guys are all gone. It's just really letting me down right now. Is that recorded? Any? Something seems to have appeared. Let me just whack this pedal. Apologies about that if there's any background noise. I think this guitar needs a little bit of resoldering. I've dragged this out of time, haven't I? It's a little late. I think the first take was a bit naff. That sounds better. I think for the time, I'm just gonna loop that take. What's it doing there? There's a... That's better. Let's get them out the recording track because I'm too fussy about that stuff, and we'll whack it on its own track. You can be number 25. Where's size? There. Any melodies or ideas I can add over that? Probably not, but we'll have a look. so hard not to noodle over this. But yeah. I might just add a few little chords like that over, maybe. So. So we'll just pull this to the top, come back to this instrument recording, 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do a little bit better, a bit more width. They're very quiet. Have I not done this right? Did I not? Yeah, they had a bit more, but if I turn it up any louder, it kind of just adds too much noise. So let's just whack that on its own track. Let's just get a compressor on it. Pardon me. You can hear all the imperfections and the noises on it. That's better. What a difference a little bit of chorus makes, eh? Ah, no, what am I doing? That was close. It's hard not to when you got a floor pedal here. Right, let's put this guitar down before I ruin stuff. I can't. I'm too tangled. Okay. And the headphones go through the guitar. They now detach from each other. Cool. All the space in the world. Big room to myself, and yet still everything's stacked on top of itself, and everything in here is just congested. Right, maybe. I'm just thinking. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take everything. Probably a good idea, isn't it? I'm going to make another copy here. This can be like the B-side. This can be the other ideas. So say if that was like a main hook, like a nice chill chorus. I'm going to turn that off for one. I'm going to strip it down a little bit. So this bass is what I'm coming for next. What am I doing? trying to just not have the bass. Hopefully we get a different level of energy on this. Wasn't what I was planning to do. Go away, you. Right. Just grab them, whack it there. Just gonna get rid of those. That should be there. Up against the grid. So whereas the bass in the main hook here is more drawn out, this gives a totally different shift of energy. And if I just stretch this loop back, you'll see when it jumps back round, and that gives me a chance to drink some water. I think I've got to cut that guitar up. I think some are in and some are out, so I'm just going to sort that. So, yeah, we got things to be done. Bring the thing we're actually playing with closer together, shall we? You two, aye. There we go. Right. So let's just name some of these. Palm muted guitar. And guitar chords. And let's not let them be grey. Let's give them their own colour. We'll go whatever this is. And it's put it on the wrong track. How did you do that? Select those two. Press F2. Smash F2 a few times. Press OK. There we go. They don't look too different to what they were, but hey. Auto name. So let's just focus on this. Not you, Narmbread. I hate it when FL just locks into being absolutely ridiculous. So far, so good. I like that. That. Now, if I can do this smartly. I think that's a bit better now. And maybe this one looks a little bit suspicious. Oh, that's right, because at the time, I didn't think this one rang true. I thought it was either a bit... But that's fine. So we don't need that second one. I'm going to keep it for now. I'm just going to switch it off. but it might actually come in handy just for a little bit of variance. So, does things sound, even though there's 100 things going on, do they sound in time? How's it going, Black Spar? Are you doing well, my man? Hope you are. Yeah, something strange is going on. I'm just scrolling up and down and it's adjusting my view. So I'm just going to go back here, turn that metronome off. It's hidden in here. So in here is my drum patterns. So let's find that here, BA, and we'll split that up. Okay. Of course, yeah. Why wouldn't you? All right, let's just find a way to get these nicely where they need to go. Drag them up here a second. I'll worry about it in a... Is that everything? Cool. So I do have a templatey set of drum tracks up here. I can't be bothered right now to worry if they're in the right spot or not, so we'll just put them there. I didn't put a snare in, did I? So it's still bouncing off that loop, which I'm okay. It's your first time in a music stream. Yeah, I don't really know what other people do myself. I just wanted an excuse to start streaming. I don't know what I'm feeling tonight. I'm just feeling pretty chill and so I just thought I'd go a bit of lo-fi. I usually use Logic Pro, so I'm not too familiar with FL. I was on Logic Pro for about 10 years, mostly recording and mixing, like artists, like guitarists, singers, drummers, that sort of jazz. But it's, from like lockdown up until about 2 years ago, I was trying to use Logic for beat making. I joined a producer group and everyone was using FL. And you can do everything in Logic that you can in FL, and in many ways I prefer Logic. Stuff like you can just smash your hand on the keys and it'll tell you what chord it is. The auto drummer is amazing if you just want a little vibe. I found it easier for a lot of stuff. You can record vocals and audio and go straight into flex pitch. I love that. I miss flex pitch. But I came to Logic because, for 2 reasons. One, I don't really like Macs. I don't like the idea of paying $2,000 for a little piece of metal, which is going to be irrelevant in 3 years, and you can't you can't fix it if it breaks. So I kind of gave up. But the other thing was everyone I knew in the producer group I joined, Navi D used to have a Better Beatmaker course and group. Everyone was predominantly on FL or Ableton. And there's cool little things that you can do on FL, what you can't do on Logic, and vice versa, of course. One of them, if I can find it, do I have anything like FL open? I can hear a ringing noise. I think it's my headphones. So let's get something built into FL and I'll show you. Flex Pitch will do it. So Flex is just like one of those stock synths. Let's pick something a little less weird. That'll be nice. So I've got this string pattern. If I open up. So if I get that there, we've got this. Oh, it's nice, but not what I was after. You can add another note and then just... Oh, you can't see it on the screen. There's a little pop-up and you can add if it's a slide note and you get this little triangle on the corner. And that won't play like a normal note. It will pull this note up. Oh. That was really cool, like... And the reason I was trying to recreate something another producer was doing as a challenge for the rest of us. And I can't remember what he did it on now. He did it on an 808 and he was just dropping 2 notes and just go, this is how I make 808 slides. And I know very little about 808s. I don't use them often. But it kind of blew my mind how easy he made it, because with Logic, I would have had to... yeah, there is... So I haven't looked at it for since last summer. So the built-in FL ones will do it happily. There is a way to make... I think there is a way to make third-party ones. What the synths I've brought in do use the same. And I'll have to have a look because it's been a while. But I think I can add a plugin into the thing. The other thing is, what's very different, and I haven't used it enough, what I like about FL over Logic. So if I just change that synthesizer for something else. There we go, replace. So there's this thing called Patcher. Or actually, I think I can just right click on it and put convert to Patcher, can't I? Create, copy, rename. Patcherize, there it is. So then Patcher, you can see, look, FL to the synthesizer, to FL Studio going forward. So there's my synth, but then you can add more. So if I just, not that, I need an instrument really. Something which isn't over the top. Where's my little flutes and stuff sitting? I don't want to load something up that's going to take like half an hour to kick in. Labs will be slow. I don't know where it's at. Alright, we'll just use them at basic then. So here's FL keys. You can use anything. But essentially, that one synth track now is 2 synthesizers. If I've done this right. Oh, I haven't put any notes on there, so let's just put that back in. I think you can already hear if I just put that. So you can hear the piano playing at the same time. That is. And then you can just do so much more. I would have done this with a lot of, I don't know, messing around. I loved grouping and just chaining stuff in Logic. I felt it a lot easier to mess around with. But FL, for me, I feel like FL is easier to get a beat idea down for me now. But if I want to record things, if I want to record ideas, I prefer Logic always. Logic, you just can't beat it for recording. But yeah, what was the other thing I wanted to show you? Which I'm trying to remember myself because it's been a while. There we are. You can add all sorts in here. So if I just get rid of that key, so we're focusing on the strings again, I can add, and I've got to remember how to do this, surely. There's something called controller or something similar. Controller, here we go. Envelope controller. Is it envelope? No, but that might work. I don't know. Let's go for that other controller. You can basically just... what is keyboard controller? It's definitely not these. There's one with like an LFO built in, and it's pretty useful. Let's see if I can... Here we go. Envelope, keyboard splitter, sequencer, key mapper, color mapper. You can put a patcher inside a patcher. I don't know how that works. Oh, I've lost it. Do I still have my presets in here from back in the day? Oh, ample base with slide notes. So we can actually, I have set up a slide note on a third parties. I'll see if I can do this one more time. Effects, what we got? Nothing. Okay, then I'm going to take a gamble and hopefully I can get it working with this envelope controller thing. So say we are looking at the strings. You can do this quite a lot. You can do this in Logic as well, really. You can select something. So maybe the cutoff. So if I just wobble that around. Oh, you right click and you press activate. That adds a little red dot here in Patcher. So what I would like to do now is right click on this one, outputs. I don't know what any of this means because I've never used this one before, but I'm hoping Articulator 1 will link to that. It's not doing anything, is it? I have no idea how this one works, unfortunately. But basically, if you can get this to move, you can then affect other plug. You can just start moving the dials and stuff to LFOs and bring some real cool motion in. I kind of want to know this for myself now because I've totally forgotten how to do it. I got really into patch for like all of a week in the summer. It's not the oscillator. Automation, FL keys, rewired, MIDI, maybe. Nope. I'm sure it's something called like an XY controller. Maybe if I click on more. We got voltage, keyboard, and envelope. Ah. Maybe it's not a plugin. Maybe it's something else. Oh, they don't have anything else. It has to be a plugin. That's a shame. Like, new instrument, drum controller. Let's go to the big screen. I don't know if you can see half of what I'm doing when I go off. I notice right clicks and stuff don't work on here. I like the UI and much of the other things. The UI is okay. Yeah, it's a lot easier now. When I first got to it, I was very, very thrown off because Logic makes sense. You literally, for every one thing, whether it's a synth, a sample, or a recording, or what have you, you've just got one track and it's great. However, in FL, it's so universal. Like each one of these tracks, say this one, this could contain several tracks doing different things. Each one of these is a pattern. Essentially, I try to have one pattern for exactly the synth I'm working on and try and keep it like Logic. Everything's just on one track. But you can have these here just playing and you can set them up and they're not hooked to a mixer. The low latency mode in Logic, is there such a thing in FL? I believe so. I cannot remember. I think there's something around here. I don't record half as much as I used to. I'm sure there is a low latency mode. I just never used it. It's one thing that is quite nice as well is if you find I think my recording's just ever so slightly latent, but if I hold shift, come to one of these audio tracks, you can just nudge them left to right. I've probably just ruined that now. Do this all the time. Yeah, it's just gonna keep going. Right, okay. Up until the point you start editing that. I've gone too far. Cool, right. But yeah, you can just hold shift and nudge with your wheel, which just makes things so nice. And there's just so many ways around stuff because I think so many producers come at FL different ways. They've just expanded. I'm guessing it hasn't been always been like this, but I've only been around since FL21, so that's about 2 years maybe. But it's really good. There's a lot. It's caught up to Logic in many ways. I never used it back in the day, but when I was heavy into Logic and people were using this, I was just thought, there's no way I can get off Logic. But yeah, I didn't want to pay Apple any more money, and I couldn't be bothered to build another Hackintosh because they're on the way out. So they're very similar. The only problem is recording. One thing I love about Logic as well is the takes. So you can record like 5 loops over and over of singing or rapping or drums or what have you. And then you can just select your favorite parts from each take and it will automatically just play the best takes, what you've selected. Whereas, of course, in FL and other things, you have to cut up several takes and patch them together, which equally does the same thing, but you're just faster in Logic. It's just so much faster. I haven't played this beat for a while. Move that over there. But yeah, it's not without its flaws, FL. I don't know how much you know. It's almost a meme, but it is pretty... it will fall over a lot. So you have to make sure... Like, mine's set to back up every 1 minute or after a big change. because it will crash so often. I never really had crashes much on Logic, but FL will fall over often. So that's one thing to keep in mind of. But yeah, it's if you ever do decide to jump, you'll probably have like a month or two of what the hell is going on. There is NaviD on YouTube and In The Mix. I don't know what that guy's name is, but both of those. In The Mix is very focused on how to use FL. He's brilliant. I learned a lot from him. NaviD has the odd things, and he himself uses FL. So he has I think he has a couple of videos on how to use FL, basically how to load a sample in, how to program a drum beat, how to put some keys down. So there is some great guides out there. But yeah, other than that, it's one of them you kind of just have to get angry. It's very annoying when you're very set in a door in something like Logic, because like I said, I was on it for like a decade, and it's just like an old pair of good shoes, you feel comfortable, and then I was just pushing myself through FL, and it's kind of taking a couple of steps backwards to take a stronger step forwards. I had like a good spring summer a couple of years back of just being really agitated, because it's like I know exactly what I want to make, and I'm struggling to make it here in FL, but I knew I could have made it without thinking any more than I have to in Logic. But it's I feel like I'm getting more comfortable with it now. Although tonight I do feel like it's acting up just because I'm streaming. The other thing is the loop at the top. I hate this. I hate that. I'm right clicking to drag that, and I can drag it from the left, but that is so annoying. I can double click it to get rid of it, and I can bring it back on. I'm getting better. But with Logic, you just hold and left click and it will go wherever you want. And it's really great on Logic to do that. On this, not so much. And you have to get used to left clicking will add things. Right clicks gets rid of them. So when you're just sometimes you'll just do anything on here messing around and everything highlights. You accidentally press a button and delete everything. So you have to keep pressing undo. But every now and then I'm just scrolling away from a drop down or something. If I right click, boom, I've lost a pattern. And also every now and then you'll accidentally click and bring a pattern in and forget about it, and then you'll just think, where the hell's that noise coming from? And one more I hate about FL is, I'll give you an example. So let's get rid of that. You see this pattern here? That key base? Here's a copy of it. Now there's two in one spot, and that will play twice as loud, and you won't know it's there. Every now and then I'll just go through and just delete stuff like that and press undo just to make sure there's nothing there. But accidentally sometimes I duplicate things and I don't know they're there. But other than that, I'm getting on with it. We're getting better. I'll take these guitars out a second. I'm already starting to get sick of this lead pattern. It was just something to be. And I can't prove it, and I don't know why. But I feel like FL was a little smoother before I upgraded my RAM. So on 16, I had no problems, but I'm guessing you can hear what I'm hearing right now. That as if I'm editing whilst it's playing, it stutters and skips a little bit, and every now and then clips. And I've gone from 16 gig, and it wasn't touching anything of that RAM. It's now on 32 gig, and I feel like it's doing that. But yeah, I've got to stop moaning. Otherwise, I'm quite comfortable with it now. I might do a stream on Logic at some point, but I've got a very old laptop running it, and I think it's going to be like 720p screen. But I've got like a good 5 years of beat ideas on there and 10 years of recordings. There might be some things on there that I could pick up. if I can get splice working, I totally want a better hi-hat pattern than what this has got to offer. It won't be tonight, it's just not having it. Yeah, I want to change that lead pattern as well. What usually happens is, and I don't pick these I need to finish more songs on streams. I start some ideas and we get like a good 8 or 16 pattern. I come at it the next morning, I wake up for work, get my work machine going, have a coffee, come back to this machine. I start listening and just start pushing through ideas. And I don't show you guys how I develop stuff, but sometimes it's just because I can't sit and schedule it at the time. I'll always schedule, try and make time for my desk. Used to be first thing in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, boom, make a beat. Whether you can or can't, it's kind of like fishing. Just turn up. Don't be upset with the result. Just focus on getting there, starting, making something. Whether you do, whether you don't, it is what it is. But progressing a beat, sometimes it's like, I'm trying. It's like, no, get away. Go on this machine, do some boring entry-level work. And then ideas come to me and I'd quick jump back, which is hopefully what I do with this, but hopefully what I don't do with this, because I'd like to do it. I'd like to finish this and progress it whilst I'm on a stream, really. I may change the bass idea as well, change a different bass instrument. Oh, Logic as well. The ES1 and the ES2 synth. I wish I had those on FL. What I might do here is I'm just going to change up this pattern. So if it wants to open, does it? There we go. Just going to make that pattern unique. If it'll let me. Thank you. Bring this up. So how we got these? Bam, 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 bam. I'm going to get rid of these without destroying anything around it. What if I just... bring them in later. See, it's stuff like that. I didn't ask this to move. It's testing at times. That's too loud. Yeah, so I might not bring those guitars in. I'm just going to try and see if I can just see what I can get away with. If I bring in this. Oh, it's not looping around that, is it? Oh, the drums are stopped. Right, okay, cool. Well, I've kind of shot myself in the foot here, I think, because these little ghost notes in between, which aren't that ghosty really, I don't want them in the verse. Can I modulate and remove, maybe? Possibly get rid of them with a noise gate, if I've got a noise gate about. Don't know why I said that quite Canadian then. So close. All right, we have ways and means. So you see that one there? Just missed the cut. Just bring that up a little bit and it should pass the noise gate. So I'm just going to go through and just let these increase in volume to get past. There's one over here I think was missing as well. That one, that follow. Kind of want him to pass the noise gate as well. Quite a few here, so just grab those two. And those, I can imagine just looking at them. The other thing I haven't figured out yet, because I never bother looking, is how to join. Oh, cheap views on streamboo.com. Screw you, Streamboo, and anything or anyone who has anything to do with that. I can't remember how to use Twitch quick enough to sort this out, but I want you off my screen. What we got? Shield mode, mod view. Let's go mod view. Gone. Two types of messages I don't want on my stream. People trying to sell me streams, bots, and people trying to sell me artwork. Don't need either. At least that's gone. Anyway, back to the music. So what this should now do, we've got rid of the ghost notes, and if I want them back, just switch the noise gate off. It's quite nice and clean, that. I'll probably want the ghost notes on if we use this guitar pattern in the hook idea, in the chorus. It'll add a bit more energy. Oh, we're getting close to the finishing hour. I'm just going to have a little play with... I've only just started using this, actually, because I heard some people talking about it on FL's Reddit. This Fruity Love filter. Subtle, that one. So it's got some interesting ideas and it's great to modulate. Some terrible ones too. I'm not gonna, there's nothing here to offer me right now. One thing I would like, and if anyone around who's watching knows, is there a good VST that can emulate scratching? Or am I going to have to buy a copy of Serato DJ and a DJ controller? Because I'd like to be able to just load a sample, maybe just scratch it a little bit, and then add it back into the project. And I don't know anyone who does that. And I'm surprised there is not a plugin. Because, just to show you, for example, I've got Serato Sampler. So this is where the drum beat's being sampled from. Watch this. it's a bad example with a drummer track. Let's try with another one. Let's get it going then. Sampler. I'll show you what I would like. And I'm guessing if I just put this on for just a second, you know what? I'm not monetized, and I can't really care about that stuff. I got a job, so have I got just a vocal track, and I can show you what I've been trying to achieve. Everything looks different when you look at it through a window rather than on the desktop. I should definitely have something on here. Yeah, let's go Joe Butter. All right, so we got this sample here. Let's just get it down to vocal. And that way, there's a chance it won't flag. Is it going to load? If you see some colour on the screen, we've got some stuff going on. I can see no... There we go, we've got some colour. So look, watch this. So just by dragging to try and find where to sample, I can scratch. But I can't put that onto, say, like a joystick or a parameter, an automation. Just that. But I would love to know how to do that, so... You can't do it with a click and a drag of the mouse. Man, if I could just hook up a MIDI controller and automate that, then I would be really happy. There's got to be something out there, surely. Tell you what, Black Spy, you still got me thinking, where is the low latency mode, just so I can show you? I can't remember where it is, but I'm sure there is one. Or I might just be having memories of Logic and the little button icon. I'm both loving and hating this guitar, this key bass. You know what? Yeah, before I do anything, let's just give this a quick save. I'm starting to get a collection actually of lo-fi stuff, easy listening. I'm gonna have to round them up, finish them off, and probably put them on Spotify. I've not released anything for a couple years. It'd be fun to put something out just for putting something out. Call this a very creative name on Monday stream in March. I'm going to take this key bass and I'm going to load up, hopefully load up a contact instrument. Instrument synth. Native instruments. Okay. This should bring up, not you. There we go. Let's just hope. So I picked up, oh, play the box. No, stick to where you're going. All I seem to play with lately is the prime bass on here. Let's just go prime bass melody. Fingers crossed it doesn't take forever to load up. That tends to happen a lot here. So it is about 3 to 5% there. But it's doing something. Henrik Boyle joined. Is it Henrik? Is it Heinrich? I never know how to pronounce that fully. But yeah, either way. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. So that's going to be loading for a while. Can it actually play in the back? I can noodle on a guitar and just give you some, well, who knows.
Turn that wah pedal off. Still plays guitar like a rocker. This plectrum is horrible. I've worn it down to like a knob. That'll do. So it's in B. Which makes it a D major. And it's absolutely silent without any distortion. But distortion. Still loading. We got a bass. All right. Okay, so hopefully all I have to do is nothing too crazy. Gonna touch that key, copy it, come over to contact. No, I don't need to look at you. I'm gonna whack that pattern here, hope for the best. Cool, and then come over to this contact bass instrument. Hopefully this sounds a little bit it's a lot more realistic, which might not be what I want. Enable. Alright, don't enable. I kind of like having both together sometimes. What the hell? And get the key for the thumpier sound and the prime bass from contact for the body and the tone. And then if hopefully you can hear everything. Knowing me, by the time you see this next, I'll scrap this and there'll be a totally different instrument on there. Oh, that's my alarm. Which actually just, this little alarm is pissing all over the beat I've just made this afternoon. Switch off, you. Okay. So what we've got, the progress of this night, we've kind of got a hook idea and we just need to mess around with this verse idea. I can't remember actually. I don't know if I've got 16 bars of each or 8. It looks like 16, but I could be in half time. So it looks like with these first, let's say 8, this first 8 here is a hook idea. The following 8 is a verse idea, which we can progress into a full verse, what leads back. But hopefully we can do that on the next one. If I don't come at you next week with a totally different idea. But yeah, this is what I got. Obviously it needs an intro, it needs this and that. It's basically just 2 contrasting ideas right now. But all of this came from just sampling a little drum loop and just seeing where it took me, really. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, that hi-hat needs upgrading. So yeah, the bass definitely needs taming. But you can see how the bass energy's changed. It's playing on off beats a little bit as well as just not playing drawn out notes. The keys have been simplified. Not a fan of the hi-hats. I need to experiment a few things there. Try a different pitch, different frequencies, maybe. But yeah, sorry, I just talked over that last bit. But you can see we've kind of built a nice idea here. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a save. We're gonna have to pick this up another day because I've got to get ready to get some sleep and get up, go to work, and do all the boring stuff. So thank you so much for joining my stream this evening. I hope you've been entertained. I hope you've been infuriated. I hope you've been happy, sad. I hope you felt something. I hope I've been a good distraction whilst you're doom scrolling on your phone. But yeah, if you want to join again, I'm probably going to be playing some video games on Thursday for a couple hours. Same time, 9 p.m. UK time. I think I'm probably going to play Banjo-Kazooie because I'm waiting on some cables to come to hook up maybe another console or my laptop or something, but I can hook my Switch up quite nicely. So I might whack on the N64 emulator on my Switch and we'll play Banjo. I've done it a couple of times before. We're about 2 levels deep. So we'll get on the 3rd level and sort that. Other than that, yeah, the next beat stream, same time on Tuesday next week, 9 o'clock. If I can get on over the weekend, I shall. I say this every week. I'll be honest, I just fall asleep. I sleep like 12 hours a day at weekends, and I don't know how or why. But if I can manage to get myself up out of bed or off that sofa behind me and actually be productive, I will see you on here. But yeah, hopefully I see you on Thursday. If not, hopefully I see you next week. If not, I will see you when I see you. Wherever you are, hope you're having a wonderful evening, night, morning. Hope you have a great one. And I will see you all soon. Take care, everyone.